Now, I just want you to close your eyes for just about 10 seconds. So just close your eyes for right now. All right. Are your eyes closed? Do you see pitch darkness? All right, perfect. Now, imagine the world of UU. Imagine all the Pokemon in it. Just imagine how ruined and terrible it would be and how illogical it would be if Latios was in there. Now, open your eyes and look at the team preview. Do you see that Latios on there? It's on the other goddamn team. He asked for a UU match that night. I was like, sure, I'll do a UU, even though I was trying to find an OU, so I decided to challenge him. So I brought some random pokes. I brought a special defensive Drapion just because I wanted to use it. Brought Electivire because apparently a lot of people hate it for some reason. So I was like, okay, I want to see why people hate it. And then I just brought three standard UU Pokemon, and then I brought Rick Ross the Hustler with extreme speed. I did not expect to face some guy who thinks Latios is in UU. I did not expect that whatsoever, but sure, why the fuck not? Yeah, so got a decent match here against a guy in the Smogon forums. I'm not going to put his name down because I'll kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. Because he said at the end of the battle that he forgot to change Latios. I don't believe him. I do not at all. It turned out to be a decent match, so I decided just to upload it because right now, for some reason, I can't record the OU match I wanted to record, so we're just going to start the battle here. As I'm going to lead off with my choice golfer, Mienshao. He's going to lead off with the Mew. That's a pretty good matchup for me, considering I can go for the U-turn, get some good damage off this Mew. It does a pretty good amount, so I don't think he's defensive in some shape, way, or form. But I'm thinking maybe he's one of those sets that like to set up and then baton pass to his team. That's why I just went to my Togekiss to work up an extreme speed to the hustling shenanigans. But he shows he has Psychic and Life Orb. So I was just kind of like, hey, JP, guess what? You're dumb. Look at his team. His team can handle themselves. Oh, good job, team. So I decided to go on my Drapion because it's special defensive. And I am immune to the Psychic. So I was like, that's cool. He's just switching to his Honchko, predicting me to go for the Dark move, I believe, as I do go for it just in case he stated wanting to Willow. I didn't really care if he willowed me, to be honest. At this point, I wasn't in a caring mood. I do get a crit. I think this crit actually forced him to go for the Roost, and the reason why I actually stayed in here, because I did not want him setting up a sub or a sword dance, because that'd be a big problem, considering that if his one of his Pokemon set up, then I will most likely lose, because that Latios is going to outspeed and kill everything. But now I'm thinking, alright, he's probably going to go for the Brave Bird and attack me. So I go to my Gligar, so that way I can force him to go for the Brave Bird, take some recoil damage, and I can predict his Roost and Earthquake him. But for some reason, he goes for his Super Power. Not too sure why. He does show the Life Orb, though. That's pretty cool. Now, I was thinking here he might set up Stub or Sword Dance now, but I decided to take that risk and go for the Stealth Rocks. And I was kind of thinking maybe he doesn't have it. Luckily, he doesn't. He switches out the Shaman, so that's cool and all. Could have went for the Toxic, potentially predicting Latios come in, but I thought Stealth Rocks is better. Because if he goes to Blast Rapid Spin, then I could get a free switch in at some point. So I decided to go on my Drapion. I know I could take the Seed Flare. I resist it, and I am special defensive. Drapion's not that bad of a special defensive wall when it comes to resisting stuff. However, I know these things can carry Earth Power, but I know I could live this because while it is Life Orb is super effective, it's not Stab. So I'll live it, and I barely do live it. However, though, I also know for a fact that this Poison Jab will not kill the Shaman. But my plan is here, I know for a fact that he's threatening me out, basically, and he probably thinks that. And I know for a fact he's either going to go for the Rest or the Synthesis this turn. Considering I also did poison him, this is probably going to make him go for the Rest even more, which he actually does. Because if he poisoned, let's say he didn't get poisoned, I still think Life Orb would have taken him down to that point where he would have to switch out, and then once he switched back in, Stealth Fox would kill him. But either way, I do predict his rest correctly. A very good play on my part. Now I have a free Drapion still alive with a bit more health, and I also still have that Shaman damage, even though it kind of healed a bit. Mew comes back in. I thought he was switching to Blastoise because Blastoise would be the logical play. That's why I went for the Whirlwind to get some more Stealth Fox damage. And my bad luck happens to come out in this match, and I get Blastoise. And now he's probably going to Rapid Spin the rocks away. Apparently, people don't like to play logically sometimes, or maybe he predicted that. I don't know, but it's kind of annoyed me. So I'm thinking, alright, he's probably going to Rapid Spin. I get a free switch in either way. That's cool and all. Go to my Kingdra so I could hit it hard. He goes for Scald, and I'm just like, oh, really? And not only that, he burns me. I'm just like, oh, are you serious? Because I would like this thing to have as much health as it can have. But now it's being worn down by the burn damage, which is a problem. But I am a choice spec set, so I decided to go for the Draco here. I know Blastoise could live this. I was just hoping he was thinking he couldn't live this. That's why he'd switch out and sack something else. That's why I went for the Draco. Otherwise, I went for the Dragon Pulse if I actually known he would stay in. But he hits a Dragon Tail off me, so I'm worn down even more, which is kind of bad. He takes me out to my Togekiss, and I was thinking, alright, that's cool. I can go for the Air Slash, knock him out. I can outspeed. Oh, why is he going first? I don't have any speed investment, and I have a nature that hinders my speed most likely, which I forgot, and I get burned again. And this burn is actually going to matter as I take out the Air Slash, because if I had not gotten burned, this Life Orb recoil and this burn recoil wouldn't have taken me out. Because then I'd be left with that 18 HP still, as opposed to being dead. He'd switch out to something else, I can get extreme speed, something on that, kill myself off, and he wouldn't be able to do anything that turn. So I have to switch into my Mienshao now, because on a double down you usually want to set out your Scarfer. For some reason he switches to Mew. I'm like, that's cool. Give me a free kill with the U-turn. Alright, that's cool. Wild Chase style. Even though I don't really understand it, because I've never really seen Wild Chase do it. But then again, I haven't been watching his videos till like recently. Gonna go to Electivire, just because, don't know, because it has full health. I was actually, oh no, I know why. Because I was baiting him to go for the Earth Power so I can sack my Drapion and get a free switch in. Which is what I'm actually going to do right here. As, yeah, he just kind of just knocked me out of my Drapion. But my Drapion did a pretty good job weakening the Shaman, doing a pretty good job weakening it with the Poison Jab and the Life Orb recoil and all that jazz. So that's pretty cool now. Gonna go into my Shaman, not my Shaman, my Mienshao again, because I outspeed. I can get another free U-turn kill. Yay! But he switches out to his Honchkrow, because his Honchkrow at this point is technically useless. But at the same time, I am glad that I actually took this thing out, because this thing does have the priority with the Sucker Punch, so that's cool that that thing's dead. I get 2 U-turn kills with my Mienshao. Yeah, let's go. Gonna go to my Kingdra now, just because I don't really need it anymore. It's not useful. The rest of the pokes outspeed my Kingdra. His Victini outspeeds it, his Shaman outspeeds it, and my Latios outspeeds it. So I might as well just let him kill it, and you know what's gonna happen again? Redundancy! That's what's gonna happen again. You know what redundancy is, people? It's basically repeating the same things over again. I send something in to die, and then I go in with my Choice Scarf Mienshao and kill something with the U-turn for the 3rd time in a row. Tres-san! Yeah! I don't know any other 3 words. Ichi-ni-san, uno, dos, tres, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, whatever. But gonna go to Electivire now. I'm hoping Latios comes in. Luckily, Latios comes in. The reason why I wanted Electivire at full health was to wear down those Latios, because I think I could live a hit from this thing. Luckily, he goes for Psyshock as opposed to Draco. So now I know for a fact I definitely am going to live this, and I definitely am going to get a Wild Charge off this. And this is going to take him down to the point where if he switches out again, a U-turn will definitely kill him. And it looks like he is locked into Psyshock, which is a good thing. And I'm glad he didn't go for the Draco, and I think the reason why he didn't go for a Draco or his Dragon move is because he has Draco. He doesn't want a special attack being dropped yet. But I go to my Gligar now as opposed to my Mienshao, because I'm thinking, alright, I can whittle this thing down with a Toxic, considering I can live a Psyshock because he's going for it and he's locked into it. However, he switches into Victini. That's fine and all, because I can probably just stall this thing too if I really wanted to, which I'm probably going to try to do as I get the Toxic on this thing. As he is going to go for the V-Crate, and I was just like, oh no. Why? No, I'm stupid. Because I over-predicted and went for Toxic, thinking he'd switch out to Latios again, so that way he can unlock himself off of moving and go for Surf to knock me out. But now this V-Crate could potentially kill me. But I still kind of think I got the game in the bag. Luckily, I do live this with 8 HP though. And basically now I can just stall this thing with Bruces and all. So that's what I'm kind of going to do. That's why I kind of sped this thing up, because that's what's kind of going to happen. Because he's not going to get the crit. But I do make a misplay right there, because I did outspeed that time, because the speed dropped down to the point where I did outspeed. I should have just killed him. But Latios comes in. He says he accidentally locked himself into the Psyshock. That doesn't honestly matter too much. I have Calcs here because my Mienshao would have lived that hit anyways, even if he was a modest Choice Scarf, even if I was naive as well. And then basically I just Toxic him, and I could just Roost stall him out, and his Latios is just gonna die from a Toxic, and that's gonna be a 2-0 victory on my part. As there's gonna be no key play of the battle for this time, because honestly, I'm lazy. That battle wasn't that great, and I'm gonna let you guys decide what the key play of the battle is. So go ahead, comment down below if you like to tell me what the key play of the battle is, because also I honestly don't really know what the key play battle of it is. And I'm hoping to get a good OU match up on Thursday with my new team with Offensive Lantern, and I believe I have Nose Pass on it too, and other stuff. But that about does it for me, guys. Like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like. And I'll see you fools later.